my goodness. Good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, and maybe to some of you, good night. You're with Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. And tonight we're going into the future. I am Joy Ruffen, and my work with you is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. I get so excited all the time because I love bringing you featured guest speakers, and tonight's no exception. Friends, we work here with women who are transitioning from one something to another and gaining their wow factor, no matter what generation they're in. And that's another saga that we'll talk about another time, but that's the work that I do. And it's all about leadership, know thyself. But tonight, we're going into the future with our featured guest speaker. So what do I want you to do? You've heard this before. I want you to sit back and relax, whatever that is to you. How about a cup of coffee, a cup of tea? Maybe one of my favorites, a cocktail, maybe even a glass of water. Just curl up somewhere and get comfortable and help me welcome our featured guest speaker tonight, Tiffany Garrad. As they say in the street, come on up. How are you, Tiffany?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me on today. I am great.
Oh, you are great. And I am more than honored to have you because we are going into the future. I love the work that you do. And I have so much to share with you about that or ask you about that. But for now, because people want to know a little bit, why are you so excited about this? Turning your to-dos and to-dos, how to with artificial intelligence. How did you get into all of this?
Well, let me just tell you, I have been in technology since I was a kid. So I've always enjoyed playing with computers. I remember being young, my mother just giving me my first computer system. So I've always loved technology. And approximately a year ago, I stumbled upon an AI summit. And when I tell you that I was just floored and amazed at everything that AI could do, I just fell in love. So I started taking some classes and some courses. I became certified. So not only am I a consultant, but I am an accredited AI consultant. So I have done extensive framework to try to learn this new technology. And I just fell in love with it. So I've been doing it for a while.
Well, you've been doing it for a while and you fell in love with it. And you know what one of your passions is? You helped me to fall in love with it because I'd heard about it, I knew about it, I heard about it here and there. But boy, oh boy, when I met with Tiffany, I really fell in love because your passion was contagious. Now, turning your to-dos into dos, to-dos, to do, done. Wow, I love the title. But what is, I mean, people know, but I don't assume anything. What is artificial intelligence?
So, Joy, artificial intelligence is a system that we have developed, pretty much you, me, and everybody. This is information that we have been trained on. We every time that we send out an email, every time that we log into Facebook, all of our data is being sent into a computer, which we call a large language model.
Mhm.
Based on that information in a large language model, these systems are created to talk to us and respond to us as if we were talking and speaking with a human person. So when you talk about AI, it's not just chatting with AI, it's using AI for business solution tools in order to increase your productivity. You know, Tesla, they're using AI in their self-driving cars. When we go to Amazon, Amazon is using AI to make recommendations for our carts. So it's just so many things that we are doing now in our daily lives. So artificial intelligence is our data that is driving force behind AI.
Yes, 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 yes. That was a very good explanation.
Yes.
We went out on some of your Wi-Fi system there, but the chatting and solutions and all that it's doing, and you gave me this key here, transformative. It really is. Because Tiffany, I think a lot of people, myself included, somewhat, because I love the new. It's like, back in the day, go west, young man. It's a new frontier. That's where we are. Technology and space travel. I mean, almost every young person you could think of is going in that direction one
Well,
way
I'm
or
sorry.
another. It's so useful. So I get it. But when we talk
Yes.
about transformative, it is and
When you
can
think
be
about the
Go ahead. Go
Yes, it
ahead.
can be transformative. And when I say transformative, I mean we utilize an AI to innovate things, to for business practices and services. We are
Your
able
your Wi-Fi is
to
going in and out. I don't know if it's your
really,
system or what, but it's your
redefine how we do business using automation. It's the diverseness, it's the assistive, and it's the scalability.
yes, yes, yes,
Uh-oh.
yes, yes. Your
Joan,
Wi-Fi, Tiffany, I don't
hey.
know what you can do about it, but you're going in and out, and your voice. I don't know if people are hearing that on the other end. If somebody's out there tuning in, maybe you can let us know. But you're going in and out. But your information that you're sharing with us is really what makes it. I think you explained it, but give us a little more data. What makes it? It's transformative, and we know that. But why is it so adaptive for so many people? I can speak for why I'm excited about it, but why do you think it's so adaptive for so many people? How would you explain that?
Because the technology is here and it is easy to use. It's not hard. So I always tell my customers and clients, it's here, so we have to run to it. At one time, it was you couldn't get to artificial intelligence as the tools that we have now. Now there are over 33,000 AI tools that you can use for automation. There are AI tools that will help you create a website for people. So I run a Facebook group specifically for people over 50,
Yes.
and it's called the AI Experience 50 and Beyond. Because
Yes.
what I understand is that although the technology is here, sometimes we don't understand the language, sometimes we don't understand the words, and we may get a little scared or,
Yeah.
apprehensive to try new things. So in my Facebook group, I guide us really, really slow in the process of learning AI, how ChatGPT works, what are the terms to be used, because it's really important that we get into this technology.
It's major. It's major. You cannot be that successful with anything that you're doing if you're not in in one way or another to chat GPT technology, AI. That's just a given. And I love that you're doing the 50 and beyond and you're taking it a little slow because it is a transition. And back in the day when I said go west young man, it's a new frontier. Well, this is a new frontier. And that's what young man and a lot of the older people you can leave behind, but you know what? Nobody needs to be left behind because this is for everyone and it's opening up all new vistas for everyone. I just
I
think it,
mean,
yes, go.
can you imagine how much expertise and knowledge that we have bottled up? And with the
Yes,
use of AI and these tools, we have a voice. We can create books. We can create videos. We can show our passion more. So I tell everybody, use the AI tools in order to make your life easier. If you get your time back by using AI, use
yes.
the tools in order so you can do the things that you love to do.
I love that, Tiffany, because one of the things that I did after I had my nice, long, enjoyable chat with you, because I'm a perennial ongoing student, what I did and what you just said is so pertinent to the reality of what can be with AI. Because I did a talk last week, and what I did is I took that I'd written out, my language, my tone, my voice, and I gave it to AI and asked them to put a little spice and a little juice into it. Boy, when it came back, I said, wow, it was me, but it kicked it up a notch. And I loved it. And my speech got standing applause. So it works. It works. But what's beautiful about what you just said, they put you into it. They get the feel and the flavor for who you are and how you speak. And then they just add some spice. I don't know if that's the right verbiage, but that's what they do, right?
That
Depending on
is
what
the
you're doing. Depending on what
Yes.
you're doing. How does that relate to things that are how would you share with us something that's data driven? Because a lot of the technology might go over many of our heads. So, what is data driven and how do we utilize that?
So when we talk about data driven, we're talking just about automations and streamlining your automations. We're talking about creating content. Imagine having a small business and being able to create 30 days worth of content for
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Not only content, but you can make videos. With this technology, one person can actually scale their business to 100 times in productivity. when it comes to automation, funnels, just the whole system of utilizing the AI tools from beginning to end, even with the concept. For
Mhm.
those that have not even started a business, you can just sit in front of Chat GPT and look at it and say, and type into it and say hello and tell it what you want to do. And Chat GPT will give you a guideline. So the data is driving the system, the data is driving the information that we are using in order to increase our productivity and efficiency.
Oh my goodness. I just love it. I feel your passion. I get it. And I really get it now after spending some time with you because it is the wave of the future. I mean, it's been here for a while, but most everyone now is dabbling in one way or another. But you know what you said before, Tiffany, that's really pertinent here? This thing called time. It saves you a lot of time because we are in the instant society. Everybody wants everything overnight. So you get your master plan and you get your outline and then you map it out and then Chat GPT can do that all for you, right?
Not only that, ChatGPT can even hold you accountable. You can program and prompt ChatGPT to remind you. If let me just tell you, if
Yeah.
you have so much content and you have no idea on what you're supposed to do first, you can actually upload that document and tell ChatGPT, say, "Hey, pick out what is the most important that I need to work on in order to get the most productivity." And based on what you upload, ChatGPT will scale you out a calendar with what you need to do first so that you can handle those jobs first and tackle those things. And it's just amazing. It is just amazing.
Well, you know what, again, repeating myself always, but Chat GPT as I am seeing it. And here's a question for you because I'm the layman. There are no stupid questions. I have no shame. If I don't know, I ask. That's the stage of life I'm at. So there's so many different, or I'm asking, so many different types of AI, artificial intelligence out here. What
Yeah.
Chat GPT, how many other entities are there? How many other whatever? This is what I don't know yet because I haven't done my research. I don't think I will because I'm happy with Chat GPT. But anyway, share with us a
So,
little bit about that.
yes, so yes, a lot of people love ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is just one of many. Meta, Facebook released a version of a ChatGPT, and let me just kind of go back and explain.
Please.
When we talk about GPTs, you may see uh, GPT is the generative pre-trained transformer. When you hear chat GPT, that means that that particular GPT is specifically for chatting. So when I talk about chat GPT, that system is really, really good with human like conversations. If you are going to do research on on something else, I would recommend you use another platform such as Claude or Perplexity for research purposes. So, and if you wanted to do something for text, you will use another tool. So when we talk about Chat GPT, this is one of the main GPTs that are used for chatting. But there is Gemini, there is Meta, and every day it's another large language model that is coming up for you to do these type of things. But I love Chat GPT. I I enjoy chatting with ChatGPT. As a matter of fact, I call my ChatGPT Talking Tina.
I like that. But let me stop you for a second here because this is all new to me and I hope it's new and exciting and educational, enlightening for others. You mentioned the key word for me, and probably, Tiffany, this is why when I wrote that speech and put it there to upgrade for me, so to speak, it came back to me and I got excited over it because it added the human touch and my human touch to it. Do the others that you mentioned, Claude and Gemini, do they do the same? You mentioned they're different platforms. So is Chat GPT, is that the one that has the chatting, more humanistic aspect aligned to it?
Yes, you are learning. Yes.
Love it. I tell you, I'm a perennial student. I love this stuff. Yes.
So for me, I have used a number of the platforms, the Meta platforms, the Claude, the Perplexity. ChatGPT, hands down, is the best one to train to talk and sound like you. There is a way that you can utilize ChatGPT in order to customize your instructions in order to make sure that the context that you are receiving or the information that you is putting out sounds like you. So if you are engaging in your talk, you can have ChatGPT respond engaging. If you are a little more technical, you can
Yeah.
have ChatGPT. If you are brassy, or if you are sarcastic, whatever tone that you want your ChatGPT to respond in, you can actually program it. And so far, that is ChatGPT is the only one that I have found to where you can train it as best as you can.
I think that's great because most people, individuality and being you at your core is what's coming through in this next cycle of life for everyone. Whether you popped out of the womb today or in the next 20 years, it's about more than it's ever been. So this training it to speak and relate and have that humanistic quality that's indigenous to your DNA, that's what I see. And probably that's why I got so excited with ChatGPT. Listen, my love, time flies here. I get excited. I can't help it. Everybody says, calm down, Joy. It's hard for me to do that because I just love this stuff. So I'm going to ask Kirill to put you in the green room. And when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about something you gave me called assistive. I know what that means, ASSISTIVE, but I wanted you to explain to us how that relates to AI, artificial intelligence. So she's going to put you in the green room, and I'm going to be back with you in just a second. Well, I can't help it. It's my DNA. I get excited. I'm like a little kid off to school. I'm a happy senior, but I regress back to 9, 10, 13 years or whatever it is. It's a good thing. I don't ever want to lose that. But for you, if you are not a member of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, Tiffany's there, and all of these other fabulous ladies are there. You belong with us. We want you there. We need you, and we want you there because we're interested in your mission, your purpose, your vision. It matters. Tiffany is going to be connecting and relating with most all of you that she can get to because she has a busy calendar schedule like all of us. But from time to time, the 700, and by the end of the year, we're going to kick it up a way lot. We want you to connect and collaborate with each other. That's the purpose of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Diversity, inclusion, everyone is there and you belong there. And the other thing, well, I always talk about know thyself. Know thyself. That's where we're headed. You can't tap dance around, getting around, not being in sync with who you are. So this is the gift to you, and it's about human design. It's one aspect. There's many like AI out, different versions, variations. But this one, my friend, I'm telling you, it's top of the line. You can't miss it. So please join us there. Now, one of the things that we want to show you, I'm going to scroll it across the bottom of the screen. Tiffany is offering you a complimentary mini guide to AI. Meet and greet, 30 minutes. It gives you so much data. Take a screenshot, take a snapshot. We're going to talk about that and put that up a little bit later. But now I want to go back to Tiffany because I'm excited again. And I want to ask you a little bit about when you say assisted artificial intelligence is, I think we already spoke to it, but give us a little bit more about what that means and how you utilize it in your business and what you do. Lost your voice. Can't hear you.
When I talk about AI being assistive in business,
Yes.
I'm talking about the data processing and analysis. It can handle so much data. And not only data, it can process your data really quickly. So if you are in business for yourself, if you have so much paperwork, documents that you need to summarize, you can utilize AI to make analysis. You can use AI, you can program AI to produce and give you the information that you need instantaneously. So no longer do you have to read 15, 20 pages of a spreadsheet, 15, 20 pages of a request for a proposal. Oh my goodness, when I talk about the AI process and the grant writing, I also do a class on AI and grant writing. And when you put those two together, you can just imagine how much time that saves. So when I talk about data and automation, that is one of the things that I'm talking about. AI can handle so much data and analyze it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That's exciting. I think it's exciting. Now, you were going on there and I interjected, apologies, but who are you're training and you're teaching and you're giving all this data out to those who are injured. Who do you find most excited and interested in learning more, regardless to the 50 and over, the age range, do you find that when they get into it, that they get excited and they really can't wait to learn more? Yes.
Oh, yes. So first you get that I've never used AI, or I've heard about ChatGPT, but I've never used
Yes, like
ChatGPT.
me. Yeah.
Then you get I played around with ChatGPT and it was really nice. Then I get guess what it did for me. So you get 3, 4, 5 different stages of the whole process of ChatGPT and AI.
Mhm.
But I always tell people you definitely need to just play with it, have fun with it, chat with ChatGPT, and just see. You can ask ChatGPT to give you a joke, just to get started. Let's break the ice. Let's have an icebreaker and just give me a joke and start from there. But when I tell you that it's across all different ages, all different
Yeah,
genres, all different backgrounds. This technology can be utilized by so many different people in diverse everything.
it
So,
really, yes. No,
yes.
no question about it, Tiffany. Thank you, ladies, for being here. We have Lawanda and Sonda here, and they're both saying this is great. It is great. It's awesome. That's a new word for 2024, I think it's going to be. But it is awesome because it crosses the border, generations of everything. And it is the new frontier. That was verbiage used way back in the day. But for us here and now, especially majority of people who are working online, but I'm sure corporations have been using it and utilizing it more so than those who are entrepreneurial and just not so much just getting used to it, but beginning with it. Now, when it comes to all of the things that you're doing, what are you finding? I heard you say grant writing and all of that. What are some of the areas that you find people want to have more information about, want you to train and teach them more about? I mean, I'm sure it's everything, but what are the top 1, 2, 3 things that you're sharing with people that you're teaching?
Well, I get a lot of small businesses.
Yes,
When you are a woman entrepreneur or a small business, you definitely spend a lot of time creating content because you do your marketing. If nobody knows who you are, how are they going to lead to you?
right, right.
So I do get a lot of questions about marketing, how to increase my social media presence, how to engage more with my customers, because you can use AI as a competitive analysis. Listen, you can put your website into AI and say, view this website and tell me some of the things that I need to change in order to get more engagement. And it will do those things. So when I talk about most of the things that I get from people, it's normally small businesses that want to know how to utilize AI in order to increase their productivity and efficiency.
You just said something that's triggered something for me, the marketing and engagement, because for me, learning the hard way that that was not my strong suit. And yet I see where AI can really support you in that. But when you mentioned like you can put your website up there and you can get them to give you the feedback. I mean, I get people left and right, and everyone else does in a different way. I'm sure they want to redo this and redo that. But we can do it ourselves, is what you're saying. AI can give you the tools. And you know what you said, Tiffany, that's resonating with me more so than anything is that once you get the right artificial intelligence entity for you, then if it's a training type, it will begin to emulate your voice, your mannerisms, and everything else, right?
Yes.
That's
And
what is intriguing to me.
well, can you imagine? You only have to train it. You have to train it a few times with your information, and from there, it just runs wild because it knows who you are now. So all you would have to do is log in. My mother laughs because when I talk to Chat GPT, I always say please and thank you, and she's like, "Do you have to say please and thank you?" And I'm like, "I do because I appreciate my talking Tina."
Well,
So
good
when you
for you. Good for you. And Sonia said it's awesome, and for marketing and all of that, it is good. I mean, I don't think Sonia is a new age. Content creation is huge, and
Mhm.
marketing, of course, it is. And I think a lot of people who are working online now, and you mentioned earlier about the small business you work predominantly with, but a lot of entrepreneurial people who are solopreneurs, they are coming to you slowly but surely to gain more insight. And for me, I think without question that the majority of people will be coming because they don't want something that's going to take away their persona, their personality. You want to maintain that. And that's what you're saying it can give you. After 2 or 3
Yes.
tries, it gets the rhythm and flow and the flair of you. And that's what they do. That's what the Great Discovery is doing for me now. I know that already. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's important. I mean, if you have these systems, you want to make sure that your content stands out. You want to make sure that your content is organic. And although you are using AI, you still can produce organic content. You still can produce content that sounds as if it is you. So, yes, you do want to train it because you want to make sure that when you utilize the system, that it speaks like you, it talks like you, it can produce content like you.
Yes. And you used a key word. I have 2 fabulous VAs that I work with, and we spoke to somebody not too long ago to ask them about something they were doing for us. And the key question they both had is what you're offering us, is it going to be organic? What do we mean by organic? Most everybody out there, as Momsy would say with half a brain, we know what organic is, but you want it to be organic. You want it to be from people and the connections that are connected and related to you and what you're about and what you're doing, not just a body.
Yes.
That's the difference. A big, big difference. Yes.
And pretty soon, that's one of the things, one of the aspects that we are going to have to definitely consider when it comes to AI, because these are machines, these are being trained, and although the data is there, nothing is going to ever take away the human component of empathy, compassion. When I deal with my clients that have to do with grants, you still have to go out there and meet these funders, shake these funders' hands, let them know that you are real. So yes, we use the AI for the data, but you still have to make sure that you have your personal interactions and the compassion that that you need to have as well.
That's a supreme point you just made there. And I think maybe that was one of the major fears that so many people had, Tiffany. And that, the way that you explained that took it away. Listen, time goes here and it goes quickly. You and I will have many, many conversations, because you and I are going to be collaborating like you can't believe. And I'm going to be introducing you to people. You're going to be introducing me to people. And I'm excited. I get excited. But I'm going to ask, Kirill has up here how to maximize AI, your complimentary guide. Tell us a little bit about that, imparting what you're offering, how you go about it. And people are going to have your calendar up there for meet and greet. We are going to be scrolling across a little bit later as I end here, your website, your cell, whatever she has, email. But tell us a little bit more about that and how people can connect and what they're going to get when they connect with you.
Well, Joy, just know when I talk about AI, when I coach clients, I mean, it's because it's so much, I don't really know where the starting point is. And so one of the first things that I like to do is just meet you, see where you are. Do you know AI? Have you interacted with ChatGPT? What do you know about AI? And from there, we can go on. We can talk about how AI can increase your productivity in your business. We could talk about how AI can help you in your life. You'd be surprised at how many people have children that don't know that they can create lesson plans with ChatGPT. I struggle with math. I have a 9-year-old son. And this new math that they're teaching, I had no idea on how to explain it to him. So I literally went to ChatGPT. I uploaded a problem and I asked ChatGPT to explain this to me. And I mean, just that one little thing helped me out. So using these AI tools. So when I coach, I just try and find out where you are and how AI can assist you in your lives. And that's major, because once you have a blueprint, once you have kind of like a step-by-step way to go, it makes it so much easier. So for your guests, I am offering a 30-minute consultation just so we can have a meet and greet. And I also have a mini complimentary guide, which is my TADA framework: transformative, automation, diverse, assistive, and scalable. Those are what AI is here for. It's TADA, to transform, innovate, automate, streamline, diverse, be versatile, assist, support, scalable, and expand. So everybody on the call, they can definitely download my free gift and check to see what.
Great. Tiffany, that's a great offering and a gift, and thank you for that. And this is going to be up and scrolling across continually, so they'll be able to see it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love the meet and greet, the question that I asked you, because when you met with me, you opened my eyes and you want to find out where I stood and what I knew and what I needed, and you offered that to me in the most profound, proficient way. So I'm grateful. I say goodbye for now, but I'll be in touch. All righty, take care, and thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your assignment, I love homework, is to meet and greet Tiffany, because she knows her stuff and you can feel and sense her passion. And she is knowledgeable. And what she doesn't know, she'll let you know. But it's very little when it comes to artificial intelligence. She's there. She's opened my eyes in the best way. And I adore her. And you will too when you get to meet her. And you must meet her. That's your assignment. You're invited to meet her. Friends, be and stay well. I'm going to be taking a little hiatus here. I'm going to take the whole month of May off only for Leading Ladies, because I'm in the process of putting together a lot of new stuff with a great company that I've aligned with. And I want you to stay tuned and stay with us for Joyful Mondays. But Leading Ladies will be back with you in June. But for this time, I bid you farewell for just now for Leading Ladies. But don't put us on the back burner, because we're coming back in June. Be well and take care. And I end always with, I send you much, much love. From my heart to your heart. Embrace it. It's real. It's genuine. It's true. May this be the best ending week for you ever and always. Much love, my friends. Cheers.